Hello and welcome back to Digital Assets Daily. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in your corner of the world. So much going on, and it looks like we're finally in that end stretch. Like we can see finally the finish line. It feels different this time, and it just feels more exciting. There's just something different in the air. Getting into the news, analyst places XRP as the top coin for the 2024-2025 bull run. And really the headline is enough, just because I want to get into a quick discussion. The information we've been sharing a lot lately on Twitter, or I should say formerly Twitter, now X, Elon's X platform. Even the financial institutions are now starting to admit and get into discussion of basically it's here, it's unstoppable, this is where it's going on in the backdoor meetings and the quiet, smaller interviews, even with the bigger banks and fintech operations. They're finally admitting that basically once the next bull run begins, it's going to be a multiple year, or I guess multi-year bull run. And then that just, again, every time I hear anything like that, it takes me back to what Chris Larson said about being into equivalent of about 1996 of the internet boom. And that boomed, for multiple years till around, give or take, 2000-ish. And I do agree and really do believe that we're going there. I believe, 2024 through completion is where I would see this going. The number we know maturity will be 25, but that's also the next 4-year bull cycle. But at the same time, I think it begins next year to really significantly have an impact. And then I think 2027 and 2030 were also big dates, so it'll probably go from 2024 to at least 2027, significantly life-changing for those who are already here as investors. So Ripple's CTO, Joe Katz, aka David Schwartz, and vice versa, David Schwartz, aka Joe Katz, is stating, basically a memory of losing out on over $100 million after selling his ETH 40,000 Ethereum at $1. And I do literally remember this discussion. And that's, luckily, you literally can't help it if you've been here long enough. I'd say probably, the past 8 to 10 years or greater or longer, you've kind of made a handful of those. And it happens, and I still remember back, which I've mentioned a few times, back when Bitcoin was 25 cents and it was like a big deal just to have as a novelty factor, for Bitcoin. But you never know that they're going to where they're going. And I mean, I've seen it literally go from 25 cents to $60,000. So it's one of those things, again, where I see a lot of that resemblance in the XRP community right now, where we're kind of following the same footsteps, where people can't even comprehend it being $1 because they're new. They've been holding for a while. And then you have people who have been holding since 384, the all-time high. It was pretty much the bull run of 2017, but it kind of overflowed a week or two into January of 2018, where people had literally bought it at the peak, very maximum, and they've been holding. And I think, for them, it's probably frustrating to those who held strong and have not sold out and kind of did their, their dollar cost averaging, their DCA. So they've brought it down significantly if they've held that long, and then they've been buying in at the current prices. We got as low as like 11 cents in the past few years shortly after that major bull run to see where we're going again. Now we're to the point where XRP and the Ripple payment system is a necessity for the wholesale enterprise institutional markets moving into derivatives. The end game all at once, doing tokenization and CBDCs, etc. Much more. Brad mentioned insurance and all kinds of things. I believe there was 9 categories that he was discussing they were going to use with XRP, the XRP ledger, as a significant move. But back into the article is where David Schwartz had mentioned, I guess you could say in the discussion in regards to the article where David Schwartz had mentioned he no longer even lives in the house or owns that house, which he had put at the current rate for Ethereum over $100 million from the ETH that he sold to put that technology into the house. So that is kind of one of those things where you look back and it's a moment learned, but you'll make up for it by holding something else just a little bit longer. And I know significantly he'll probably make much more profits back whenever it's time to come and he can sell his XRP. And again, XRP is a currency. He should be able to do whatever he wants with that, because some of the executives in Ripple were paid that literally as a paycheck. And for me, XRP, it's either a currency or it isn't. It's an investment or it isn't. So again, even though there's frustration with how much this is sold, and we may point that out from time to time, it is what it is. It is a currency, and it can be sold and traded and swapped and whatever it needs to be. So again, it's coming around where I think soon enough that the retail investors will be able to enjoy that much as well. So Ripple's XRP could hit $50 during the next bull run is the topic in this headline, the only one that we're really interested in discussing. Investors remain optimistic about the potential of XRP and expect its market cap to reach 50 billion, but I would say it's going to go significantly higher than that. We've already known that Africa alone, just one quarter there was 2.7 trillion. We've seen 16 trillion, 300 trillion, etc. We know that the markets are over $4.5 quadrillion once you put all of the quarters together with Swift, JP Morgan, derivatives, on and on and on and on. So it's going to be significantly higher than that, and it only needs a small percentage to even achieve that goal. But guys, remember, this is not financial advice. Exciting times. Keep holding strong. It's for entertainment purposes only. But as always, before we go, I do want to leave you with a final thought. You attract what you are, not what you want. If you want great, then be great. Much love, and we will catch you in the next one.